The fuck? Trying to make stuff happen here. Hello. Good morning. Hello. Howdy. Creamage likes JP. Ooh. Ooh. Phone call. Phone call. Paul got a phone call. I got a phone Paul. Yeah, dude, the quality on this stream is... Can I give you that again? Can I give you that again? That's the quality of a Highdeology stream right there. Delicious, crisp, fresh, always professional. Makes you want to kiss your fingers. Why do they do that? It works though. Like, you know, wherever that hand signal originated from, like nobody uses it hardly anymore, at least not around me, but anyway. Get out of here, Leaf. No time for you. Paolo Parchini. Paolo Parchini. Yeah, Richard, you're pretty quick on the draw. Pretty quick on the draw. Where'd I leave my fucking... God damn it. Alright. Go grab my Red Bull. I'm moving you guys inside. Fuck this. It's horrible out here. Alright. Here we go, fellas. Hut 2, 3, 4. We're moving inside. We're moving this whole operation to the indoors because it's too hot to be out here. Let's be honest. I'm going to find a nice comfy spot in here. I think this will probably work okay. We'll see. If I get uncomfortable, then we'll change. Be right back. I'm going to go grab the rest of my shit from out here. Paolo Parchini. So I told you, man. I told you this was some professional shit. Look at this. Look how quickly we've moved this stream to a totally different location. All right. Is this going to work for me? I think so. Feels okay. Yeah, I can't. I sat out there and I was like, all right, it's a little muggy, but I can hang. But about 10 minutes out there before I set up the stream, and I'm just like, no. We got to get some air conditioning happening. No Italian in my 23andMe, no. Not a single drip. I got the coveted 100% Caucasian come back. So it's, I'm like 80% British, Irish, and about 20% Nordic. And that's basically the breakdown as I remember it. Paul's right, yeah. Blonde-haired, blue-eyed, Aryan, template right here. The best. The best. The best of humanity right here. But where does the Jew come in? The Jew. Yeah. I had way more British than I thought I was going to. I've actually got more direct British ancestry than I have Irish. So, why didn't Thanos use his limitless power to create a mystical glove that didn't require stones? That's a good point. Probably because there wouldn't be much of a movie, or a story. What's my Twitch name? My Twitch name is Pauls_ego. Pauls_ego. So I want to hear the Senate. So I hear the Senate is trying to pass a bill to bring back net neutrality. Yes, they are. It's just the constant jockeying back and forth. We'll see what happens with it. My balls, your chin. Oh, whoa. Okay. All right, we're okay. Had a slight disconnect there for a second, but we're fine. Thoughts on thoughts, man. This dude's height AF. Yep. Height AF, man. Too height for words. Wow. There's some real deep questions happening today. You guys are the top of the heap. What's your opinion on opinions? What's your opinion on farts? What's your opinion on opinions? What's your opinion on having opinions about opinions? You've used 2 of my Flash Fried intros so far, and I still haven't got my royalties. You ain't getting no goddamn royalties, dude. I pirated them intros. What are you going to do about it? What are you going to do about it? Huh? What are you going to do about it? Pirated. Full-blown pirated. Downloaded them without your consent and used them like they were my own. What are you going to do about it, Creamage? Yar har fiddly dee. I am a pirate. How do you answer the question, what makes you depressed when some unqualified welfare officer asks? I don't know. I've never been asked that question by an unqualified welfare officer, so I can't help you. I don't know. I don't know. Oh, Jesus Christ. Get the fuck out of here. Bounced. You are a pirate. What do you enjoy about food? I like putting it in my mouth and the way it tastes when you do that. I know it's a little weird. I know not everybody does this, but I like to put food in my mouth and like kind of chew it, I guess, a little bit between my teeth, and then I swallow it. People are telling me that that's going to kill me someday, but I've done it since I was a little kid, and you know, it seems to be working okay for me. What's good for the goose is good for the gander, you know. I don't take any meds, no. I have been on medications in the past for depression, anxiety, PTSD, but I'm currently not on any medications and really haven't been for, I'll say, like a year and a half now. My finger is majestic. There it is. There's my finger. Yeah, I guess you could look at that. I do look at legal tobacco as a way to medicate some of the, at least some of the symptoms of my mental illnesses. So there is that. There be that. I'm not going to show you my wiener, dude. Just please, can you guys stop? Can you stop? You're never going to see my wiener, okay? Ever. Even if I pulled it out, you'd have trouble seeing my wiener, okay? Mr. Naughty Priest might get to see my wiener someday, but none of you are Mr. Naughty Priest, so. My cat got run over by a car. I call him Paul now. Did you say that to your girlfriend when she asked you? She's a fan, right? I mean, she watches our show and stuff. Yeah, she did. She did actually uh, extort a pic of my junk out of me once. Does legal tobacco really help? I tried it and it only made me feel worse. Well, yeah, but it was still, you still got what you wanted. Depends on the strain I find. What's the strain? You seem happier today. Anything different? Nope. Had a kind of a frustrating day already. A time waster of a day already. So I'm actually in kind of a piss poor mood today. But people's read on my moods tends to be off most of the time. Paul, I also agree that eco-terrorist guy seems intellectually honest with himself and others and has some good points, such as the ones you agreed with. I'm glad that you found it interesting. What would you do for a Klondike bar? I would sneak into your mother's house while she's asleep. And I would be very, very quiet until I got into the room. And I'd start blowing a vuvuzela as loud as I could. And she would, of course, wake up. And then when she saw me standing in the middle of her room, nude, blowing a vuvuzela, she would, of course, start screaming. And I would blow the vuvuzela right in her face as she screamed for 15 straight minutes for a Klondike bar. That's what I would do for a Klondike bar. I think that my legal tobacco abuse caused some anxiety issues last year. It could. It could. Does that eco-terrorist guy walk the walk or just talk the talk, though? I mean, he's taken part in some stuff that's a little more hardcore than most people that I know. He's been arrested and, multiple times in the furtherance of his activism. So I would say that he's better than most activists when it comes to shit like that. I don't know that he's ever blown up a dam. I don't know that he hasn't. Currently programming AI. What do you want Skynet to say once it's finished killing everyone? Nothing, because there will be nobody around to hear it. Paul, what would you do if you were on the bridge of the Titanic at 11:38 p.m. right before the collision? Would you grab the helm and save the ship, or let history take its course? If I was on the bridge of the Titanic at 11:38 p.m. right before the impact, it would probably take me so long to find like the right controls and shit that I wouldn't be able to say. Like, I don't know how to fucking steer a big old 1900s boat. Like, I assume that there's more to it than just cranking the wheel, but I think I'd just go kick back with the violin players on the deck, hang out with those dudes. Yeah, you just turn the doodad and you flip the thing and you yell in the brass horn. All power to starboard. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I assume that controlling a giant boat like that is not as simple as people seem to think it is. Well, let's say you have the know-how and the ability to do it. Would you still save the ship? Yeah, probably. I mean, like, because it would be saving me too. Like, there'd be like a survival instinct that would kick in, you know? I'd be like, look, there's a goddamn, I know it. There's a fucking iceberg out there, and we need to turn hard to starboard or whatever the fuck. But the problem is that I don't think they just let you walk onto the bridge of the Titanic. There'd probably be people that would tackle you and put you in the brig and shit, and then you'd just die in a cell, you know? There's a lot going on in that question that doesn't make a whole lot of sense. Hey, thanks, Oliver. Close off. I guess you'd have to take Paul's life out of the equation. Paul, what would you do if you looked outside and the manatee was lying on a dirty mattress in your front lawn? And every time you blink, he gets closer. I would know that I'd finally gone insane. I'd finally lost my grip. Yeah, my blubber would protect me a little bit from the cold waters, would it not? I would be okay for a little while. I ain't unbanning George Costanzo. He can suck my dick. George Costanza fucking sucks, and his presence here is not missed. Paul, what would you do if? Yeah. There's so many things I need to ban. I need to ban the word favorite. I need to ban the word, what would you, like the phrase, what would you do? So many. Yeah, maybe I'll bring George back, but he's on, dude, he's suspended for a week. Believe it or not, George isn't at home. I don't even remember what George did, honestly, but he did something to get shit canned. Yeah, he's got at least a 1 week suspension to deal with. Yeah, I should just ban English. None of you motherfuckers can speak Russian, so it's just like, I'll make it a Russian only stream. Do you ever find your perception of time gets more fucked up the older you get? Like memories from a few months ago feel years away, and far away memories feel like they have. Oh yeah, I've had that for a long time though. I'm not even all that old now. I mean, I'm old compared to a lot of you, but I'm nowhere near old man level, and I've been having that for years. I've always had a really shaky conception of time. You know, I get corrected a lot when I'm telling stories that involve other people while they're in the room, because I'll be like, oh yeah, like 5 years ago we were doing this, and they're like, dude, that was last month. What are you talking about? Or, you know, like, yeah, just like a few weeks ago you told me that, and you're like, dude, we had that conversation 1.5 years ago. I don't know what you're talking about. Like that happens to me all the time. Yeah, look at this, dude. Look at the Rooskies. Look, no stupid questions. I love it. I don't even know what that means, Zandans. Feel like an adult. I guess, I don't know. I don't even really know what that means. I don't remember there being a day where I was just like, I'm adulting now. It's just, I don't know. Something that just kind of happened, I guess. He asked what my favorite thought was. Oh, shit. Creamage got a timeout, dude. I love it. I love that Creamage is speaking into the mic right now. That just makes me happy. Oh yeah, dude, that is true. Like summer vacation felt like a whole year. Felt like you do a year in school and then you got a year off. And summer is over before it begins for me now. I don't, you don't really even consider it the same thing. When When you see the gorilla in the tree on mushrooms, did you go back while sober to see if it was a tree? I wasn't able to pick out the face again sober, so it was definitely just a trick of my mushroom-addled brain. Gentleman Paul, how come you haven't done a Highdeology? What are you talking about, man? What are you talking about, bro? I miss the magic of Christmas. Yeah, the magic of Christmas, dude. Christmas was pure magic when we were kids, wasn't it? What's the mask back there? It's a Mardi Gras mask. This is TJ has always had this in his house. There's another one. It has a twin. So, yeah. Them's the masks. You smoke a bowl, then leave to go to the cinema, but then get surprisingly baked and paranoid. What do? I don't know. Learn how to handle your shit. I don't know. How come you don't meet up in a college classroom style setting where you discuss random topics and taking questions? What? I'm not trying to be a college professor, bro. Nor do I think that this show is served like either as entertainment for other people or as a pastime for me by forcing myself to be serious when I'm not feeling serious at all. Or forcing the chat to be serious when they're not feeling serious at all. You know? Just let them do their thing. That's what Highdeology is usually about. Every once in a while we do, like last night's show. People were in there and doing nothing but memeing and detracting from the topic. I muted them and shit. We were all trying to have a discussion about something. We were all trying to argue about something. And so we did that. But shows like this, where I just turn on the camera, I kind of let the chat feel how they want to feel. Do you ever feel subconscious knowing that your voice is being amplified over hundreds of speakers at the moment? Subconscious? Arguing about how humans should go extinct. Yeah. Yep. Having that argument again. Are you worried a nutter might turn up to your live show? I'd be cacking it. What? Jesus, get out of here. I was super baked while watching your DFF Into the World episodes, and it gave me a severe panic attack. Wow. Good. That's what we're trying to do, man. We're trying to give panic attacks around the world. I still watch and mend them from time to time, yes. Yeah. YouTube definitely needs a built-in TISM filter. The Nukes episode made me think nukes were just going to drop right then and there. Yep. Hey, they could. Maybe they did. Maybe the nukes dropped right then and there, and we're all in purgatory now and don't know it. I was at the DP meetup in LA. I'm really glad that you guys are coming back. I'm glad too. Hey, oh shit! I actually got some word that tickets are going to be available very soon, and that patrons are going to be getting first crack. So that could happen today. So if you're a patron, a DFF patron who is planning on coming to the LA meetup, your first crack time might begin today. So stay tuned, and we'll get that out to you guys so you can decide what you want to do. It's gonna be awesome, man. It's gonna be awesome. How much? So General admission is $25, and there is a VIP option. We're selling 75 slots of VIP for $75. And the VIP option includes getting into the venue about an hour and a half before anybody else is allowed, chilling with us, hanging with us, drinking. And we did this at the last Seattle meetup, and it was pretty amazing. People that wanted to spend a little extra money could come in and hang out for an extra hour and shit. Get first crack at the merch and get anything signed they want, not have to deal with the large, super giant crowd. I mean, everybody there gets, I don't think anybody's ever left one of those places without a signature that they wanted. So, but it's just a time to kind of chill in a smaller environment for an hour or so before the show starts. I just told you that. Tickets are $25 for general admission and $75 for VIP. VIP attendees will get something a little special too. They'll get a little piece of exclusive merch or something that they can get signed or take home as a souvenir and stuff. It'll be fun. But it's going to be a long deal. It's not just a show. It is an all-night thing. So you're not just paying for a set by Marshall Manson and then a live DFF and then it's over. You're getting all of that, plus as soon as the show is done, which the way that we figure it, we should be finishing up our show around 10 p.m. or so. And from 10 p.m. till about 2:30 in the morning when the place shuts down, we're just going to be partying with all of you. So do you agree with me that Palestinians are savages? All right. We got to stop you right there, man. Are we load bearding anyone? Yeah, TJ. TJ needs to get a load beard this time. Will the show be live for people that aren't there? No, that's just not a feasible thing right now. We can't stream, but the show will be recorded, so people that aren't there will have a chance and an opportunity to see it if they would like to. I mean, you can play, Marshall. I mean, you gotta please the fans, man. Brett doesn't have anything to do with Father anyway. You stole the song from him. You have the definitive version, so of course you can play it. Of course. I mean, you play what you want, Marshall. You ain't forced to play nothing, but I think that most of the people there would appreciate Father. The people are clamoring for Father, dude. Marshall should soundscape for 30 minutes, then say thank you, good night, and walk off stage. He could, dude. He could. You could just come out and put his mic close to the pickups on his guitar, get a nice feedback whine going, and just sit there for 30 minutes letting that fucking screech happen, and then just say good night, drop the mic. I don't care, dude. Marshall's got carte blanche. He's the artist, not me. So, we got tickets and details for that coming out soon. That's one big announcement. We've got another big announcement that may be happening on Friday as well, during the 10-minute preview portion, so that everybody gets a little peek. Holy shit. You guys are not going to believe it. I'm absolutely like stoked to show you guys all the new shit coming. So it's happening. It's happening. The 12-hour show. Yeah, I mean that's happening too. That's not a secret though. That's not a secret. That's not. Everybody knows that's coming. Anyone who wants it, I'll be selling limited edition, one-time only CDs. Dude, that's awesome. So you're gonna make a meetup exclusive, one-time sale only fucking CD. Dude, that's awesome. It's gonna be so cool. This show is gonna be fucking dope. Can't wait to get the bootlegged copy recorded on someone's Motorola Razr. Oh, there'll be plenty of those, dude. There'll be plenty of those. Paul, you're a Mick. You should kiss the feet of the British. I'm actually more British than I am Mick. So, should I kiss my own feet? Any truth to the rumors that Pimp Monk and his dad will be at the meetup in Cali? I love you guys and all, but the thought of meeting Pimp Monk's papa, I don't think Pimp Monk's dad. I mean, I don't know. Maybe he's feeling way better, but I don't think Pimp Monk's papa is in any position to be traveling all over the country and partying and shit yet. I think he just got out of the hospital like a month ago, right? Yeah. Pimp Monk's dad, I don't think. I mean, look, dude, if he's Pimp Monk's whole fucking family is, welcome. I'd love to host his dad and his mom and Pimp Monk and all three of his nuts in the sack. You know what I mean? If there was a place you'd want to bomb, where would that be? I say Tasmania. They're basically Australia and Canada. Wow. Yeah, I don't really have the hatred for Tasmania that you hold in your heart. Is TJ going to be hanging outside the venue in the alleyway again? I mean, does the Pope shit in the woods? Does a bear wear a pointy hat? I mean, come on, dude. We have to play Cigarette Fire live with Paul. Cigarette Fire, huh? On a real note, I was 13 when my parents divorced and was happy as well. All they did was scream and cheat on each other. And my father was a drug addict. Sadly, he passed away. Sorry to hear that, but I definitely understand that feeling of relief that happens when your parents finally fucking admit that they don't like each other and stop driving everybody insane with their horrible bickering and shit. Look out for the skinny mafia in LA. Oh no, don't worry about that, dude. I've been dealing with the LA skinny mafia since I was a kid. I know how to deal with it. This isn't a wall, this is a countertop. See? I'm 20 years old and I live in Sweden. If I travel to the US just for the meetup, can I gain special entry? No, you can't gain entry at all because you're not 21. Unfortunately. I'm sorry to exclude you because of something so stupid. If I had it my way, people could drink at 18. But I don't have it my way. And this is not an all-ages venue or an all-ages show. So if you were to fly all the way from Sweden at 20 years old, you wouldn't be let in the door and you'd be very disappointed. So you might want to save your money. Just get a fake ID. Yeah, there you go. Just get a fake ID. In Europe, you can drink from the age of 15, but everyone does it from, I mean, like, everybody here does it from 15 too. You just can't walk into a bar and do it. That's the thing. Like, I was getting wasted before 15, and most people have their first drinking experience before that age in this country. And, you know, it's just a silly law. I think that when you tell somebody that they are officially an adult, that means that they get, you don't just like slowly but surely distribute adult responsibility. If we are to consider people that are 18 years old official adults that are culpable for their own actions, then they ought to be able to walk in and have a beer after work. An 18-year-old that goes and gets a hard-ass factory job or something where he's working fucking, 12-hour shifts 7 days a week should be able to walk into a bar on his way home and drink a fucking beer, in my humble opinion. But whatever. My 21st birthday is in September, so I'll be at any meetup after that. Well, if this one goes well, if this one ends up being successful just in terms of turnout and people like it, then there's a good chance that there will be other meetups in the future. If this one is a belly flop or ends up costing us a bunch of money out of pocket and shit, then we probably won't do these on this scale anymore. I mean, it's just, it's one of those things. Yeah, for real. I can be forced by the government to face the horrors of war, but not to pour some booze down my gullet. See, like, if we can get enough of these types of shows under our belt, this is the cool thing too. At the place that we're doing this show at, the Mint in LA, a couple of weeks prior to us being there, I mean, there's not a lot of huge bands playing there, but they do have big name bands cycle through, or at least bands with some kind of name recognition. Billy Bob Thornton's band is playing there like the week before we're there. And I guarantee you, they don't have to abide by the same kind of contractual rules that we do when we do a show at a place like the Mint. When we do a show at the Mint, we have to give them like guarantees of like, we're going to sell X amount of this, there's a bar minimum that has to be met. So what we're telling them is, yeah, the people that we bring they're gonna buy a bunch of drinks, which is always true. But you have to, put your name on the dotted line. And like Billy Bob Thornton and his band, they don't have to sign something like that to play a gig at the Mint. The Mint just books them, and like opens the doors to the public and advertises it for them, and they know they're going to make money because there's an established talent there. When somebody just calls them out of the blue and goes, hey, I do a podcast you've never heard of, and we're doing a meetup, they want guarantees. But if we do a few of these and have a few of these under our belt, and we already have a few in terms of resume for doing these live meetups, if we can do some actual shows, then we get to the point where other venues open up to us. Meetups? Why not play it safe and just increase the price of tickets by like 10 or 15 bucks? We don't need to. The pricing of the tickets is as it is because we have high confidence that we're going to meet all the minimums and everything's going to be fine. We don't want to we're doing this meetup not to pick people's pockets. Like we have to make it worthwhile for us. So we have to, there has to be a door charge. We're going to sell merch and shit. But the idea behind this meetup is for fans of the show to get to come and hang out with us and get drunk and watch a live show and just have a debaucherous good time with a bunch of like-minded fucking assholes. That's really what this is about. So I mix nicotines. So I have one juice that I use that is about 12 milligrams and then another that's 6. It ends up evening out at around 10 milligrams of nicotine. And that's just now. It fluctuates depending on my needs. So, is it true that TJ suffers from autism? When you say live show, will you actually be unpacking a subject on stage? We are going to do an episode of Deep Fat Fried on stage live. It'll be probably slightly different than what you're used to watching it because it'll have fan interaction as part of it. But we're not just going to get up there and do a Q&A. we're going to do a full live show of Deep Fat Fried in front of you guys, which will be, you know, really an exclusive show that you got to see live. It'll be filmed by a videographer, and other people will get a chance to see it down the road. Do we have topic? We have some topics selected, yeah. We know what we're doing. We've already started work on the show, so it's like we know what we're doing. We know how it's broken up. We know about how long we want to go, and just a matter of getting it done now. If you were to have success with a number of shows domestically, would you guys consider going on tour in Europe? Absolutely. I mean, nothing's off the table. If we're successful with this kind of meetup thing, then it's a foregone conclusion that we'd do a European tour at some point. I bought a $300 computer chair for $10 at Goodwill. Good for you, man. That's honestly pretty decent if that's true. You can get shit like that at the Goodwill. You never know. People come in to sell shit all the time, and people at the Goodwill often don't know what shit is worth, so they just slap a low-ass price tag on it, wanting to move it out. That's what the Goodwill is about. Everything's profit there. So usually when you go into a Goodwill, there's really nothing of note there, but every once in a while you get a good-ass deal like that. Someone jizzed in that chair. Oh, definitely, dude. There's jizz all over that chair, but it's still a $300 fucking nice chair for $10, so. Got a Rock Band drum set for $6 when they usually cost about 20 to 30 bucks. Yeah, I mean, you can get some good deals, like I said. Goodwill is, I'm not a big bargain shopper, but I grew up around bargain shoppers, so my mom used to get some pretty crazy deals at the Goodwill. Most good shit goes online. Yeah, you have to catch these, you know, the local donations, really. That's why it's kind of up in the air whether or not there's going to be anything worth a shit at Goodwill, because, you know, if you're going to find good shit in a Goodwill, it's going to be something that was just donated directly to that store locally, and nobody knew what the value of it was, and they just threw it out on the, you know, it happens all the fucking time. Oh yeah, you can video games there too. You can find old ass shit. Like people will just bring their whole video game collection into the Goodwill and sell each one for 25 cents or some shit. You know what I mean? And some of them can be. A lot of times people don't know the value of what they have, so they'll sell their shit for basically pennies. Best deal I ever got was when the cashier got bored counting the money and just said, "Fuck it, let's just say $20." That's pretty good. That's pretty good. I'll be right back. Hey, god damn it. Piece of shit. Ooh, loudness. Loudness. Or, yeah, I was beating the shit out of somebody real quick. Sorry. The highest position that I held at Starbucks was ASM, so assistant store manager, although I was acting store manager at a store for a little while. I never held that title officially. Just took a massive fart in the clean room at the lab. Ooh, that's not the, it's not the clean room anymore. He just dropped ass in the clean room, man. That's fucked up. Because as far as I understand it, right, there's no air moving through the clean room. So that fart is just going to hang in the air. And everybody that has to do it is just going to fucking linger in your fart. What are two fictional characters you'd like to see a crossover that haven't? Crossovers. I don't know, man. Crossover characters. I don't know. I'm very up in the air about crossovers. Sometimes they can be really cool. Sometimes they're just really shit. Most of the time they're really shit. Honestly, let's be real. So I don't know. Let's see. Let's think about this. Yeah, Gummer versus Predator. Harry Potter, Lord of the Rings, or Game of Thrones. Do I have to pick one? What do I got to pick one? I mean, I guess my favorite of those three would be the Lord of the Rings, but they're just too foundational. I got a $2,000 dress, and my ex gave it to his new girlfriend. So pissed. What? Rick and Morty versus Walt and Jesse. Oh, I think that's a Breaking Bad reference that I wouldn't get. Just come up with one. The Punisher and Max Payne. Yeah, I guess I could do like a video. I wasn't really thinking video game characters, honestly. My mind was locked in on like movie franchises that I'd like to see crossover. Dude, how about Samus Aran versus the Xenomorphs, dude? That would be pretty cool. Like a live action Samus Aliens crossover. Andy Worski just quit the internet. You called it, Paul. I don't know that that's true, but if it is, then you're right. I kind of did. John Wick versus Predator. I don't think John Wick would win that, dude. John Wick's pretty good against dumbass like Russian mobsters and shit. He didn't. Yeah, I figured. I would rather just have a Metroid movie, a good Metroid movie. Well, you're not going to get that, so why not just get a crazy cult classic crossover where Samus has to fight off a giant hive of aliens? The Terminator versus the Predator. Nah. 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 Don't watch Deadpool 2. Waste of money. I'm going to see it eventually. Probably not in the theaters, though. Bill and Ted versus Time Cop. Okay. Yeah, that's the one. That's the one I want. Bill and Ted versus Time Cop. The crossover that everybody wants desperately. He said that haven't crossed over though. So you've already answered the crossover question with the Predator and the Alien. Yeah, he said, you know, two franchises that haven't crossed over yet. Predator and Alien have some shitty Alien versus Predator films. So yeah, dude, that would be pretty dope. Mortal Kombat versus Street Fighter would be pretty cool. Not gonna lie. Gorilla Xenomorph hybrid versus Predator. Holy shit, that would be epic. Terminator versus RoboCop. I mean, we all wanted it, but I just think it's because we wanted to see robots fight robots, and that we already get that in RoboCop. You know, like RoboCop is already fighting other, non-humanoid robots and shit. That's kind of what he does. You know, the evil corporation just keeps making new RoboCops, and then they go haywire, and RoboCop has to save the world from them. So we just want more RoboCop, I think, and more Terminator, because I don't know. I don't need to see RoboCop v Terminator, dude. I don't need that shit. I want RoboCop to get to be versus some big badass shit. I mean, maybe if it's like a Terminator invasion or something. Because I really don't think that Terminator's Hackett versus RoboCop. I feel like RoboCop's power level is way higher than that of a Terminator. Like, I feel like RoboCop could just crush a Terminator's head, So it'd have to be like a Terminator invasion where not only the T-100s come out, but like there'd have to be a couple liquid metal guys in there, some hunter-killer hover jet things and tanks and stuff. That would be pretty cool. Yeah, RoboCop is slow, but RoboCop is he's like a tank. He's like a walking tank. That's how you have to look at RoboCop. He's not about agility. He's about just raw firepower and dogged pursuit and just kind of imperviousness. RoboCop is a fool. RoboCop is a fool. And you are a fool for liking him. RoboCop is a fool, dude. A fool, I tell you. Terminators are stronger. See, that's where you're wrong, man. That's where you fundamentally misunderstand why RoboCop always wins. Because he's not just an unstoppable machine. There's a human element in there, too. He's still a little bit of us. Terminators aren't. They're just copying us. They're total machines that are made to be passable copies of us. Terminator has a little bit of that human spirit. He has a little bit of that human drive in him, man. That's what sets him apart. RoboCop is the new gorilla. I don't think so. Because, Gorilla beats RoboCop too. So, Paul, how do I weigh which risks are worth taking in order to advance in life? You don't. Nothing ventured, nothing gained. Nothing gained is something that you need to take to heart. There are some times where you're going to have to take a risk and not know, it might turn out pretty terribly for you, but you're never going to succeed in anything if you don't take a leap every once in a while. And it's up to you to decide what you're willing to you forfeit for that chance, not me. I can't give you that advice, dude. Roborilla, the absolute unstoppable. Holy shit, Roborilla. There's already Mechagodzilla, though. RoboCop is definitely human, but Terminators are from an extremely violent society. So is RoboCop. Like, have you not watched the movie? The reason RoboCop was made it was because the streets of Neo-Detroit or whatever the fuck were just so overrun with rape, pillage, murder, arson, every type of fucking violent crime or property crime you can think of, that like they had to create a robot to fucking go out there and fight these people. Like, what are you talking about? Yay, old Detroit. RoboCop versus Predator, who wins? I think RoboCop probably takes the taco there, because Predator's got like weapons and stuff that are meant for, you know, attacking soft targets, and RoboCop is not a soft target. RoboCop can take a hit. You can't really cut RoboCop with his blades and stuff. So I think RoboCop wins that. Didn't they make a human cyborg hybrid in a Terminator movie? I don't know, man. Maybe they did. What kind of conditioner do you use in your beard? I have a hard time with my beard too, but I do use. Ashley actually just got me some new stuff that I haven't tried yet. So I'll have to use it for a few more days. I actually like it so far. I don't remember what the brand is though, so I'll use it for a few more days and you can ask me again. Plans to sell old DP merch. I have nothing to do. What you guys need to know about me is I was a contractor with the Drunken Peasants. I have nothing to do with the business end of the Drunken Peasants. So I'm not even a guy that you can, I'm not in on that shit. I was an independent contractor for the Drunken Peasants. I have no ownership stake. I have no control over merchandising or any of that. You're asking the wrong guy. You got to go to Scotty, TJ, or Ben, and probably all three of them to get a coherent answer to that. What happened to Terminator? Oh yeah, what the fuck happened to Terminator? That might be kind of good. Yeah, because those movies kind of went off the rails. Yeah. Top of your nose is red again. Are you dying? Nope, just got allergies and shit, dude. Just got allergies and shit, dude. Will you be DFFing the midterms live in November? DFFing the midterms? Probably not. I mean, maybe we will. We might take a look at it, but I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how contentious it is. What did most interactions look like in previous meetups? Honestly, like, most of the interactions that I have with people are just totally normal, totally friendly, and a whole lot of fun. Like, what ends up happening is I'm a natural roamer. Here's what happens. TJ finds a spot and plants. Maybe two spots. So he'll have a spot where he likes to be at the bar probably, and he'll have a spot outside where he wants to go and smoke. And that'll be where everybody finds TJ for the entire night. At least if the past is true. Will be in one of those two places. I'm a roamer, so I'm constantly kind of moving through the crowd and saying hi to people and stuff. Because I want to try and meet as many people as I can. Not that TJ doesn't. Like I said, people come to him, but I roam around, and usually a crew of apologists gathers around me. We have a good time. We laugh. We cry. We smoke. We drink. Well, yeah, I take a like I said, I have my apologists. Scotty is Scotty's the X factor at meetups. Scotty will disappear for 10 minutes and you'll be like, where the fuck is Scotty? And then all of a sudden there will be so much fucking Scotty, you won't know what to do with it. Scotty, he's like I said, he's the wild card. He'll be there, but not when you expect it. He'll pop up behind you and dump a drink on your head or take a, that's just Scotty. He's the Loki of the meetups. Tempe or Scottsdale? Probably not, at least not in the near future. I'd say if we did anything in Arizona, which is not super likely. I mean, I know. I would say Tempe and Scottsdale are probably not going to happen. Now, I might be in that area at some point because I lived there and I have friends that still live there. So I may get to the point one day where I'm like, hey, I'm going to go fucking stay in fucking Chandler for a while or something and see if I can touch base with some of my old friends out there. And if I do that, then maybe I'll do a little impromptu meetup in Arizona or some shit. Paul, I just watched Pulp Fiction and it's great. What do you think is in the briefcase? I don't know. A lot of people I think my favorite fan theory is that it is Marcellus Wallace's soul in the briefcase. But I don't think we'll ever know exactly what was in the briefcase. Have you encountered any TISM fans at the meetups? I gotta be honest with you, dude. 99.9% of the fucking people that come to these meetups are just chill fucking dudes. I mean, every once in a while, somebody will be an asshole. Like, at the last LA meetup we did, there was a dude who took way too much of something. And, like, he was like a fucking rubber band blowing in the wind, man. That dude was fucked up. He must have dropped acid or some shit. And we were doing like a little Q&A on the stage, and I was in the middle of story time with Paul, and people were having a good time, and he kept yelling in the audience and shit, and then got up on stage at one point like he wasn't like violent. He was just like unaware of where the fuck he was and what the fuck was happening. So but yeah, I mean, there's some TISM at the meetups here and there, but I mean, nobody wanted to. He didn't get kicked out. He just got calmed down. Like eventually, somebody in the audience, like got up and led him away, and I saw him hanging around later. So I don't think he got booted. Yeah, I mean, we weren't mean to him or anything. He was just there, you know. He was there. He took a little too much. He's a little too fucked up to be in public. I mean, how am I going to judge that? I've been down that road. Oh yeah, at the NOLA meetup, there was a dude there that was way. I mean, there were a bunch of people there that were far too drunk, but like we were just in a crowd of people, and we'd kind of split up. Some people had gone with Scotty because he'd left. Scotty, I think, left his sunglasses or his wallet or something up in the venue. Had to go back in, and TJ was feeling impatient. So just about half the meetup left with TJ to roam the streets of the French Quarter, and the other half left with Scotty. We were all supposed to meet at a strip club later. And this giant like group of people that we're walking down some like back streets in the French Quarter and shit, where locals are hanging out on their stoops and stuff. And there's this dude that's just stumbling drunk that's with us. I mean, he's bumping into everybody. He's kind of in the middle of the pack though, so it's not a problem. But at one point, you know, we're walking up the sidewalk with this big crowd of probably 50 people, 60 people, something like that. And there's this couple, like a group of people, a dude and his girlfriend, a couple of their friends walking, you know, the opposite direction. So they're having to walk through us. So we're making room for them, and they're passing through. And this drunk fucking dude waited for that girl to pass and just slapped her on the ass. And that dude turned around and was like, "What the fuck?" He didn't even hear the dude. He didn't even hear the dude that dude was like, "What the fuck, motherfucker, I'll beat you." Like, there was 50 of us. He was already like 30 people back in the pack and shit. There was no way he was getting to that dude. And even if he tried, he probably, you know, he saw that this was a group of people that was all together. But right after he did that shit, he just started like walking down the street, this kind of like back area of the French Quarter, and kicking trash cans over. Just like kicking them. You know, all the trash goes in the street, and then he'd go to the next one, and all the trash goes in the street. You guys would have helped him. That's lame. Dude, I went up to him personally. People in the like, he's a grown-ass man. I'm not there to fucking... What do you mean you guys would have helped him? Like if that dude had fucking thrown a shot at somebody in that group, there's a good chance that dude would have gotten stomped. Because not everybody in that group knew what was going on. But if that dude came and just waded out into the middle of that group and started swinging hands and shit, everybody in that crew was drunk. I probably would have started punching him. You know what I mean? Like, it's just that guy didn't really have a recourse of action. It was 50 on 1. This fan base are not fighters. That's absolutely true. But 50 drunk fucking neck beards can do some damage. That's still a fight you consider not taking, especially when they're all drunk. If you can't slap some strange ass in a group of... I guess he waited until he was well protected. But that dude that was doing that was the same dude that I saw use an ATM so drunk that I didn't think he was going to be able to survive, like, let alone pull money out of an ATM machine. But I sat and watched it like an anthropologist. I watched him literally like a rubber band go over to the ATM machine and, like, fumble in his pocket, and eventually he finds his wallet and he's like, gets in there and fucking pulls his card out and he's like, I'm just like, he's gonna do it. He's gonna do it. And I swear to God, he fucking stuck his card in it. It was one of those ones that you stick it in there and it was the wrong way, and he started hammering on the thing and nothing happened, and he's like, pulls it out and flips it over and puts it in again. It's like everything he did was so exaggerated. He's so fucked up. He'd be like, flips it over, sticks it in again. And I swear to God, it looked like he just hammered on the thing, but he must have gotten his pin in there because money came flying out of it. I was like, he fucking did it. I can't believe he fucking did it. Holy shit. What's the point of getting that drunk? I mean, hey, if you can still get money out of an ATM, then more power to you. Get that fucked up. I mean, that dude held his liquor pretty good. He was 3 sheets to the wind and managed to get $60 or $80 out of a fucking ATM. Dude, that's a feat. That's something that I find it hard to do just stone cold sober. Yeah, see, that's what I'm talking about, dude. I'm just keeping it. I'm keeping shit on the DL. I'm just being a normal person, man. Scandinavia is not as progressive with respect to sex workers' rights as they should be. I don't know how true that is. I don't know very much at all about the rights of sex workers in Scandinavia. It's just not something I have looked into. Paul, Scandinavian countries are known for being quite progressive, but when it comes to drugs, we are basically in the fucking Stone Age. As a Swede, this confuses me. Yeah, I don't know. No places. Look, the happiness index doesn't lie. Like, 3 of the top 5 happiest places on the planet are in Scandinavia. In fact, I think it's 4. The last time I looked into this, I think that number 1 was Finland, and it always is. Number 2 was Sweden. Number 3 was Denmark, and number 4 was Iceland. So you guys are doing something right. Your citizens are happy. No matter how hard, like, the right wing tries to paint your countries as just like unlivable shitholes where roving gangs of, you know, illegal Muslim immigrants, you know, roam around unchecked, and you guys are doing something right over there. I'm not happy, Swede. You're probably happier than you would be if you lived here. Think about how unhappy you are now, and add to that not having your health care taken care of, not having a social safety net, and not ever getting any vacation from your job. Something tells me you'd be a lot more unhappy if you were over here. But maybe I'm wrong about that. Maybe that's just a perceptual problem. USA has much more entertainment, but isn't this like 2018? Doesn't our entertainment go global? Don't you guys get all the shit we get? Don't you guys get fucking, you know, Breaking Bad and all that bullshit? Am I wrong? Like, none of that stuff is just like, like, you guys have Netflix and stuff over there, right? So you've got access to all this bullshit. Why do you need to live in the place where that entertainment is made? Like, stay in yours. Trust me, your country is doing better. Just watch the shit we make. 90% of shows on TV in Norway are American. There you go. How much vacation time does one need? I don't know if there's an actual answer to that, but I do think that there should be a baseline of vacation time. And Americans are on the absolute fucking dire low end. You know, people brag in America about how much vacation time they have spent up. Like, not taking vacation is a point of pride for a lot of people in America. And it's just like, people wonder why our mental health, you know, as a nation is just going down the toilet, and why people are having breakdowns, and why more and more people every year are on antidepressants and anti-anxiety medication. And then like just look at the American worker working a 9 to 5, 6 days a week, 365 days a year, bragging about how they haven't taken a vacation in 3 years. It's just, people actually use all of their vacay days, get shamed, at least in my blue collar. Yeah, if you take too much of your vacation time, not only does your esteem fall in the eyes of your superiors, but it falls in the eyes of other coworkers too. They're just like, oh, why'd you take all that vacation time? You know, I got 6 weeks saved up. You know, like, people work for years in this country to save up 6 weeks of vacation time. And people in Europe just get that as a standard every year. Every year, people in Europe get somewhere on average about 6 weeks of vacation time. In America, people work their fucking asses off 3 years in a row to save up that much vacation time and then brag about how they don't take it. Something's a little out of kilter. So I can't answer your question, how much vacation does somebody need? But I do know that people need to get away every once in a while. People need to, like, leave their job on the table and go fucking sit on the beach and have a little bit of normal human fun time. And we don't do that in this country, by and large. People that work 9 to 5 jobs don't take time off, and a lot of times when they do, they're shamed for it. Ugh. Oh no, it's TJ. TJ and his dour look. Dude, you're dour looking, TJ. Why do you have such a dour look?
Went to the damn dermatologist, just another waste of time. They're like, oh, you got the Blue Connect version of Blue Cross? We don't take that here, sorry.
Wow.
I'm like, alright, so another waste of my time, cool.
Fan-fucking-tastic.
So,
well, it's a time waster of a day today.
it's a time wasting day. Nothing goes your way. Oh. Hey, Sal.
I just think, honestly, that's like Louisiana shit more than anything.
Louisiana.
What?
People really don't care about time.
Oh, I told you come down here today. We're a little busy today. Why don't y'all come back tomorrow?
Hey,
Come
hold
on.
on.
Alright. What are you doing?
I got the full reading. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt your stream, Paul.
Oh, no, that's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, these...
Interrupting Paul's stream.
Yeah, this stream's really... Yeah. I mean, we were really on track, and then you guys fucking came in here.
This is all insightful, witty, intelligent repartee.
Dour-ass TJ walked in here and just fucking ruined it all, man, with his dour look on his face.
Just knocked it over like a fucking jam.
A Costco pie? What's a Costco pie? They have pies at Costco? Why wasn't I informed of this? What are you talking about, a Costco pie? I want you to tell me exactly what you're talking about now. What is a Costco pie? Paul, do you like Jews? I don't like anybody, man.
Jews. Does
So they do. Yeah, see, I never knew that Costco had pies. I know they have like hot dogs and pizzas and stuff. I didn't get to go to Costco a lot as a kid, but when we did go to Costco, dude, hot dog or a pizza, always, like, you always got a big, nice, fat slice of pizza. But I don't remember there being pies and shit. That ain't no good. I have a blue and green deck. That's pretty. What? Get out of here. Shoo.
Let me tell you about my deck.
I don't know if you meant dick, too. That's the thing. Like, you have a blue and green cock? Either way, I don't care. Shoo. Skedaddle. You like any occult books? Occult books. No, not really. I can't really think of any. Occult books. All right, well, there goes my battery warning. You know what that means. Time for me to get the fuck out of here. See you guys later. Bye-bye.